Good morning, Transformers. And this Wednesday, a blessing to see all of you and to join you again on this platform. Whether you are watching us on YouTube or on Facebook, we welcome you again into this Deliverance Church devotion. And this week, we are celebrating our Mission Week here in Deliverance Church Umoja. And we have a lot of activities that are happening around, and even activities around our campuses. And in this devotion this week, we are looking at a subject I'm calling Partnering with God, and specifically partnering with a mission God. And on Monday, we looked at a subject we called Life is Missional. And after that, on Tuesday, we said, God have done all he is supposed to do. God has played his part in the mission. And we looked at, from the scriptures, God's way of how he has played his part in this mission life. Today we want to look at his son, because we ended at a place where we see Jesus being baptized by John the Baptist, and we see a voice coming from heaven and saying, "This is my beloved son." And we want to see this beloved son, what did he do? Did he play his part? And as we know, this is Jesus Christ. And today we want to look at his role in this mission life. And we will look at first a scripture in Luke chapter 4 and verse 18. This is Jesus now. He is in the synagogue, and he pulled up a scroll and he reads before people, and he says, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovery of the sight to the blind, to set a liberty for those who are oppressed." And the first thing, even before Jesus began the mission work, he looked like what we would say, he spelled out his assignment. And remember, from Monday, we looked at life as a mission. Yes, there is a life, but there is a mission. There is a season and an activity. Jesus had a season. Jesus had a life here on earth. And what we see in Luke chapter 4 and verse 18, we see the activity. We see his assignment. He was a son who was given to the world by God, but a son on an assignment. And we see this assignment as he spells it out in Luke chapter 4. And Jesus spelled his assignment in line with God's mission. Because the first thing we see is saying, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me." And this Spirit is from God, his Father. And in many occasions he would say, "My Father has sent me. My Father is at work, and that is why I'm at work. As my Father sent me, so I send you." He is aligning his mission with God. Of important to know here from onset is that Jesus was also aligning himself with the God of nations. His son, he is a son who was sent, and he also aligned himself with God's will, with God's mercy, with God's mission to bring back man to the relationship position with God. That is why he comes to preach the good news to the lost. He comes to open the blind eyes. He comes to make the cripples walk. That is the place of blessing. That is a place of enjoying the blessings of God. He not only did that, he comes and he tells the disciples, all authority has been given to me, and I also give you the authority. And that can remind you of Genesis, where God is giving the man all dominion and all authority. And now he is aligning himself with his Father in mission. He was not only strategic, but he served the purposes of the mission God, of the missions of God, that is his Father. When he was here, he not only gave us like what we would call the balanced scorecard of his assignment, preaching the good news to the poor, preaching the good news to the sick, and they get healed, opening the blind eyes, performing miracles. He also, in a summary, in what I would call an executive summary of his assignment, he said it in John chapter 10 and verse 10, when he says, the thief does not come except to steal, to kill, and to destroy. That is about the devil, who came in the Garden of Eden, and he derailed, and he distracted, and he messed up the relationship with God and man, and he made the man lost. That is the first thing he shows us. But of importance in John chapter 10, he spells out his assignment in a summary. When he says, I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. He spelled out his assignment on the mission. He not only came to give life, but have life in abundance. And no wonder we can look and pick out some of the things he did, because he performed miracles and he saved people. To the people who are on work, like Peter, he told them, I will make you fishers of men. He recruited people to the mission. He brought the workforce. He brought laborers in this mission work that he is aligning himself with the Father. And to the people, when they were hungry, he would say, let them sit and eat. He served the 5,000 men with food. And to the woman who was caught in sin, even the woman who was caught in the very act, he would forgive her and say, go and sin no more, or something worse happens to you. And when he would meet people who were dead, like Lazarus, imagine, he would say, come forth. He is still aligning himself with the mission of the Father. And even to the people who are sick for so many years, like the woman with the issue of blood for 12 years, she would say, daughter of faith, your faith has made you whole. This is in line with the mission of God. Jesus was playing his part. And you know what? Even at the cross, when he gathered with the thief at the cross of Golgotha, this is what he told the thief. Today, you'll be with me in paradise. He touched the thieves. He touched the sick. He touched the sinners. He touched the dead by giving himself to God's mission and aligning himself to God's mission and touching people with missions. And you know what? In John chapter 19 and verse 30, he finished his mission by categorically breathing his last, and he said, it is finished. What would that mean? He finished his mission. He healed the sick. He raised the dead. He made the cripples walk. He forgave the sinners. He raised the dead. And he gave life even to the sinners who were on the cross. And he said, it is finished. Dear friends, look at what the writer of Hebrews says in Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26. For if we sin willingly, after we have received the knowledge of the truth, there no longer remains a sacrifice for sins. This is to say that Jesus has done everything he should have done. No wonder there is no any other sacrifice that can be done to forgive us from sin. Jesus went to the cross and he poured his blood and he said, it is finished. And from the synoptic gospels, whether it's whether it is Mark or Matthew or Luke, we see Jesus performing miracles, Jesus raising the dead, Jesus healing the sick, Jesus forgiving the sinners. He did everything he was to do for his mission and his lifespan. No wonder when he finished that, he appeared to them again and he said, go and do likewise. Go and preach the gospel. Dear friends, life is missional. God has played his part. Jesus has played his part from the stories and from the conversation we have seen today. And that takes us to the next level, which will be asking us tomorrow, what is our part? Because life is missional. God has played his part. Jesus has played his part. There is no any other sacrifice that can be given from heaven, because everything that is supposed to be done has been done. Jesus accepted the call of the Father by talking about his mission in Luke chapter 4 and verse 18, by giving us a summary of what he came for, to give us life and life in abundance in John chapter 10 and verse 10, by reaching out and saying, it is finished. Jesus is a missional Christ, and he aligned himself with the missional God. He partnered with his Father in the missions, and he said, it is finished. Jesus finished his mission here on earth. See you tomorrow as we continue in this journey, for we are heading somewhere to know about this subject of partnering with the missional God. God bless you as you continue meditating these words. God bless you and have a good day.